Is that Colonial Penn 9.95 plan legit, or is it a scam? I'm going to answer that question for you by the end of this video and show you in the fine print exactly how this program works so you can determine if it's really a good fit for you, and if it's not, what some other options are. Let's take it away. Howdy out there. My name is David Duford. I own Fixed Income Help, where on this channel we help those of you out there on a fixed income with your money type questions. Thanks so much for watching. So the purpose of this video is to give you a rundown about how Colonial Penn's $9.95 plan works. You probably have seen these commercials all over and are wondering how these plans work, maybe even thinking about buying. And the purpose of this video is to give you the facts, to give you the fine print, so that you can make your own mind up if the Colonial Penn 9.95 plan is really worth the investment. And if not, what other options you have to consider. Okay, so we got the Colonial Penn 9.95 plan set up on the screen for you. I'm gonna hit play, and then at certain intervals, I'm gonna stop and kind of critique what you're hearing and try to give you some perspective.
Did I tell you I'm going to get the 9.95 plan?
The 9.95 plan, what's that?
It's the Colonial Penn plan.
All right, so first thing here, I want you to point out, because this is kind of the word choice that they use, that they can say this, but not necessarily say that all plans are going to be $9.95. So first thing I'll show you here, right here on the screen, 7 seconds in, options start at just $9.95 a month, right? So that doesn't mean you're going to pay $9.95 a month. And what you should be thinking is, what am I going to pay? What is the charge considering what $9.95 shows you? And we'll get to that more in a minute, but let's continue.
On TV for $9.95 a month.
You mean life insurance?
Yes. I'm going to be one of the hundreds of thousands who already have this coverage.
Sounds pretty popular.
It's their #1 plan.
Oh gosh, you make me feel like I'm missing out on.
And they say that stuff to kind of get you excited, like, oh, you got to get in on this thing before it goes away. But understand that, like, what does that even mean? How does the plan work? Just because it's right for this lady on the left doesn't mean it's right for this lady on the right, right? So let's stick with this. Try to get some more facts, because that's the whole purpose of this, right? To actually know how the thing works.
You might be. Did you call about the 9.95 plan yet? Hi, I'm Jonathan from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. In just the last 10 years alone, over 8 million Americans from all walks of life have called to get free information about the 9.95 plan. Now Colonial Penn is reaching out to women and men aged 50 to 85.
And one thing I'll say here, Colonial Penn does cover in this age of 50 to 85 for the 9.95 plan. However, what if you're under 50? What if you're over 85? The good news is, a side note, I help people get burial and final expense insurance, and there are options for people over 85 and under 50. And if that's something you're interested in, I can definitely help you at that, and I'll give you more information on that in a minute.
Timely message. In a period of uncertainty, count on the security of the Colonial Penn 9.95 plan with ironclad guarantee. You can get whole life insurance coverage starting at...
All right, so here comes some clarity to how the Colonial Penn 9.95 plan works, and you just read it down here in the fine print. You can buy more. So what does that mean? I mean, this starts at $9.95. You can buy more, and you can buy more, and if you are really wanting to get a good amount of coverage, you likely will spend more than $9.95. Premium based on coverage option you select. Aha, now what does that mean? Well, your coverage option will be the amount of coverage you're going to buy. So let's say you're going to get buried. Most people agree that $10,000, $15,000 is a good starting point for a burial plan. And what that's suggesting, though, is that you're going to pay $9.95 for $10,000 or $9.99 for $15,000? Not quite clear. Coverage amounts based on age and gender. That's just meaning that it's the amount of coverage you're going to get based on the $9.95 per unit option, as it's called, is a function of how old you are, whether you're male or female. And so what this implies is that $9.95 will buy a different amount of coverage if you're 50 than if you're 80, okay? So that means, what are you getting in coverage for $9.95? And again, more on that in a minute.
$9.95 a month with a lifetime rate guarantee.
That lifetime rate guarantee, what that means is, what Colonial Penn does is called a whole life final expense plan. Whole life insurance, all of them, not just Colonial Penn, but the dozens upon dozens of plans that are available, like what we do in my insurance agency that we can help you with, they're all set up on a final expense guarantee rate lock. So the premiums never go up as long as you get a whole life plan.
As soon as you're covered, your rate is locked in. It can never increase for any reason. The 995 plan is permanent protection.
And what permanent protection means is that this is a whole life plan offered by Colonial Penn. And anytime you get a whole life plan, whether it's with Colonial Penn, their 995 plan, or any of the plans that we offer, they're permanent protection. As long as you pay your premiums, the coverage stays in force the remainder of your life. And that's what you want if you're looking for a funeral or cremation plan. You don't want to like outlive your coverage, right? Like, what's the point of buying a plan like that?
You'll have guaranteed lifetime coverage. Simply pay your premiums to keep it. And Colonial Penn guarantees your acceptance.
Uh-oh. Here's the smoking gun. Guaranteed acceptance. That sounds good. Maybe a little too good to be true. And the thing that you need to be concerned about is that little fine print right there. Limited benefit first 2 years. What does that mean? Well, limited benefit for the first 2 years means that if you die by any natural cause of any kind within the first 2 years of the policy being enforced, meaning from the time you've made the first payment, you do not get the full amount of coverage that you applied for. If you applied for $10,000 in coverage and you take the 995 plan, which it's going to be a lot higher than 995 most likely, even so, you're not going, and you die of anything in that first 2 years of natural causes, it's not going to pay the full death benefit. Your beneficiary, in fact, only gets back the premiums you paid in, plus a tiny bit of interest. It used to be, and I think it still is a Colonial Penn, 7%. So if you pay $100 a month and you croak 12 months from now, after 12 payments, your beneficiary gets not 10 grand in this example, but 1,200 plus 7% interest, and I don't know the math, cut another $100 maybe. Not a lot of money. Not enough to bury you nowadays. You really need to have 10, 15,000 in most places. So what is the point here? Why does this matter? Because yes, if you have bad health, Colonial Penn's not bad at all. But the problem is, what if you have okay health? What if you only have a few issues? What if you have none? You're forced to wait 2 years when there are plans out there in the marketplace, like what we offer, that provide first day full 100% coverage. You're taking potentially a risk if you die suddenly of natural causes with a Colonial Penn plan in the first years that you would not necessarily have if you got a plan that offered first day full coverage. This is important because what I believe, in my opinion, if you can qualify for first day full coverage with another product, and there's a lot out there, even if you have health histories in many cases, you're not giving yourself the opportunity for full peace of mind. And so you're taking this risk. That's risking your family. See what I'm saying? This is why this is really important to understand, that if you take that 995 plan, forget the price being higher, you're not covered fully like you may be able to with other carriers, okay?
Regardless of your health, there are no health questions to answer.
And there's no health questions because it's guaranteed acceptance. As long as you're mentally sound, you can sign off on that. And there are circumstances where this is a good idea, but not as common as you think. It's likely, if you're listening to this, that you may qualify for first day full coverage with other carriers, whereas Colonial Penn wouldn't give you that. And you can't be turned down because of your health either, of course. That just relates to the health questions.
Not be turned down for any medical condition, past or present. That kind of worry-free peace of mind feels good, especially right now. Are you ready to learn more about the 995 plan? Don't put it off. Take the first easy step. Call today for free information.
Call now and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Call 1-800.
All right, and then this is just the final fine print here as the call concludes. I'll read it to you. Available in most states. Total life insurance coverage is subject to company guidelines. An insurance agent may contact you. Not available in New York. In most states, available ages 50 to 85. And then face amounts of less than $1,000 not available to residents of West Virginia. Okay. And let me conclude this out here.
Create for free information and your free gift, all with no obligation. 1-800.
And then again, this just confirms kind of some things we talked about. A modified benefit whole life insurance is essentially what Colonial Penn's 995 plan is. It's a modified coverage for the first 2 years. It does cover accidentally, but not fully for natural death if you get what was described in this commercial.
686-7838. That number again is 1-800-686-7838. Call now.
So what's your conclusion here watching and learning more about this Colonial Penn 9.95 plan? Bottom line, this plan is great for people who are in the most miserable health. This isn't the case with most of you watching. Again, I can't guarantee what you're going to get, but the chances are very high, even with health history, that you're likely to find plans that are better suited for you than this 9.95 plan in terms of more coverage available to you at a better price, as well as the potential for first-day full natural and accidental death coverage. So if you're interested in learning more, I run an insurance agency nationally in most states. The website to go to that I own is called buylifeinsuranceforburial.com. I'm going to link it in the chat or put it into the box above, so just check it out. Or you can call me directly at 888-626-0439. You'll speak to myself or one of my friendly representatives. And what makes us different is that we shop the most competitive carriers that are out there with the goal of providing you the best combination of price and coverage. So that way, you as an individual can get the burial or life insurance that you desperately want, but you can get more bang for your buck and have a high chance of not waiting 2 years like you would with the 9.95 plan with Colonial Penn, but getting first-day full coverage at a higher likelihood. So please reach out to us if you're interested. There's no pressure, no obligation to buy. If you're just interested in a quote, again, the easiest way is to call us directly, 888-626-0439. Go to buylifeinsuranceforburial.com. You can request a free quote there with no obligation to talk to anybody. And I hope you learned well about how this Colonial Penn plan works, and let us help you out. Look forward to speaking with you soon, and thanks for watching. See you.